Good morning YouTube, it's me, I'm back again, and it's part 3 of the old Virago project. Now, sorry there's been a bit of a wait because I've had a few issues which I'll explain as it goes on, but I've also been building a new to me shed which I've got for nothing, so then I can do some work on it inside in the dry. I say dry, it leaks a little bit, but that's something that I can fix. Yeah, my son wants to do some work on his BMX today and it's half term, so I'm going to get him in there with his BMX and all that, and I'm going to get the left-hand engine casing off my bike. I'm having some issues with the starter clutch. I'll start from the beginning. Right, we had misfiring, well, not even firing at all on the front cylinder. As you may know, if you don't, go back and watch. But that was all down to, I think, from my limited testing knowledge on electrical things, a MOSFET that had died in the CDI unit. Now, what I've done, because the CDI units are rather expensive, well, no, I'll tell you what I did first. I bought a cheap Chinese CDI unit off of eBay. This is it. It didn't work, it plugged in, mounted up, it didn't work. It's just full of shit. I don't know what the score is Georgie does with that exactly, but I had my pants down on that, so that's the end of that. So I thought, fuck it. I ordered some MOSFETs off Interweb, and I've unsoldered the one which I think was a problem after 2 days of cleaning all the shite off the fucking board. Some protective gunk stuff that they put on it. I had to stick it in a chinky tub full of isopropyl and leave it in there like over the course of 2 days, and gently picking at it with a little pair of tweezers and what have you and scraping it off, and yeah, it took a while. But then I unsoldered the MOSFET and I've soldered a new one back on. Looks really good, I've done a decent job of it. Fingers crossed it's going to work. So it runs outside, all happy, plugs it onto my bike. The bike turns over for like a couple of turns, whoop, whoop, and then goes, woo! Now, every time you press the start, it goes, woo! Like the starter motor's spinning, but the clutches ain't engaging. From what I've been looking at and reading, and somebody actually gave me a service manual for this bike. I think her name was Dawn, I can't remember exactly. If you're watching, thank you very much, because that'll come in handy. But yeah, I need to get this left-hand engine cover off. So I've got most of my tools now in my new shed. Should be enough to get the job started. Me and the boy are going to crack on as soon as I finish my brew, and get something to drain the oil into, because we're going to have to drain the oil, obviously. Yeah, and then once we're inside the shed, I'll do a little tour, because there's a couple of people on the Virago forum who's been asking, like, oh, let's have a look at your shed. So I'll give a little quick tour. I mean, it's a shed, but it's 16 foot by 10 foot, so it's a fucking good shed. Yeah, and the best thing of it all, it cost me $0. I got it for free. So I had to do a couple of repairs. There's still a couple of repairs still to do on it. Woodwork's not my forte, but it's a shed at the end of the day. As long as it stays up, it's strong and it's waterproof, that'll do. Now I've got 3 leaks as far as I can find. That ain't bad, because I had to patch it up with some shit felt. So yeah, that's not bad for a start. Right, let me finish my brew, I'll bring you back. Well, this video is really for the people of the Virago owners, the 535 UK page, who wanted a quick update on my shed. So I'm obviously adding that into my YouTube video as well. But yeah, still some work to be done, but that's my son. Oh, look at him. Well, that don't belong to me. But yeah, work in progress. A little bit of a leak. There's a bit of a leaky bit here as well. There's another leaky bit over there somewhere, but it didn't leak too bad just in the rain. So, back to the old Virago. Now, as I say, the start clutch has been a bitch. I think that's what the problem is. So we're going to get this engine casing off. In other news, I totally forgot I'd lowered the back end. if you've been watching the channel for a while, you might recognise these shocks. I had them on a SR125 that I turned into a bobber. And with my weight and the way it was and what have you, it didn't work with the bike. So I had to go back to standard ones, and yeah. But these fit on here, absolutely perfect. These are 10-inch long from aisle to aisle. And it don't bottom out when I sit on it. And I'm 20 stone. The only problem was, I didn't, and I should have remembered, that when you lower these bikes, or any bike, it makes your side stand a bit shit. Because now your side stand's too long, so the bike sits too upright and it can fall over. So for now, she's parked on a bit of scaffold board, just to raise it up enough so it don't fall over. I've had the spark plugs out of it, since the HT lead out. Because I wanted to see if it would turn over with the plugs out, just in case it was anything to do with idle locking or anything. And I didn't think it was, but there you go. This cover is off the side here because I'm a twat and I broke it. It's over there. I've been gluing it back together. It's not going to be amazing, but it's going to work, so that'll do. Got some really cool glue. Where is it? This stuff. I bought it to put a screen glass, actually on this phone that I'm on now, a back glass on one of these. So really good stuff, and I've used it to repair all sorts of stuff. But today it's, let's see if we can get this virago to turn over. Now, I don't have no oil to put in it, so I might have to either steal some oil from my son or reuse the old oil just for testing purposes, providing we don't find anything untowards in it, like loads of petrol or bits of metal, because it's only to run it to see. CDI unit, yeah, that's in there, all put in with a new MOSFET, all soldered in, and I'm hoping she'll fucking start. Now, when I tried to start it the other week, when all it did was I did have a backfire from that bottom pipe, which is the bottom pipe is the front cylinder, which is the one that went firing. I'm 100% sure I heard it pop. So, fingers crossed, I fixed it. But obviously, I don't know this until I can get the fucking thing to turn over. So, I'm going to get cracked on, drain the oil out of it. And then we're going to, I think, go and remove the shifter and stuff and what have you, and blah, 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 blah. I'll show you as we go along. Right, from a quick glance, we need to undo this bolt, or nut. We can leave the shifter attached to this, we can leave the foot peg attached to this, and then we have to undo this and remove that from the shaft, and that should all come away then as one piece. I can't actually see where the drain plug is. I'm hoping I can see better once I get this off. Oh, that is not a good colour for your oil, and I'm fairly sure that's too much that should have been in there. Holy shit. Right, I bought it and it had been standing a while, and it did blow a bit of water out of one of the exhaust pipes. That means it's had water inside it. Right, well, we won't be reusing this oil then. That's not so bad. My son's got a bit of oil for his little Punto. I'll steal that just for testing purposes. I don't know what capacity we should be putting in here, but yeah, that's a little bit of a shitter, that, if I'm going to be honest. But what can you do right now? Nothing. So let's hope things don't look messed up in here. I dare say this is why the gear engagement and clutch feels a bit, yeah, we're opening up a massive bag of worms here, I believe. But I want to ride this bike, so we need to fix this bike. I'm not going to give up on it. Okay, so we've removed our oil and water mixture and we've put the sump plug back in, and we've just gone around and cracked off all the perimeter bolts on this piece, which I believe is going to release that. So I'm going to whip all the rest of them out, chuck them all in his tub so don't lose them, and then we'll see what's in there. Well, that's not good. I shit you not, I have not set this up. I pulled the cover off carefully, and out fell that from, I'm assuming, down here somewhere. What the fuck? This starter clutch was supposed to have been rebuilt before I bought it. There's no gasket on it. It's just got some shitty gasket sealer. And it's not even got a full load of that on. In here we've got all sorts of detritus. What the fuck? I need 5 minutes. So, yeah, bear with me a minute. I'm just about to have a little fit. Right, so it seems this cog attaches to this spinny thing here and this spinny thing here, and now both of these are spinny things. Great. And that meshes with that, which then meshes with the big cog here. I'm assuming. So why wasn't mine engaging? What's missing or broken? I haven't discovered any pieces yet. Yeah. I'm going to have to investigate this a little bit. Maybe ask some advice on the Virago forum. Right, so that goes that way around. And that locates in there. And then this cog meshes on the big cog. And the one with the smaller teeth meshes on the starter motor. Then that in that direct drive to the engine then, I was told that there was some sort of starter clutch mechanism on this. And if that is the case, how does it not keep running the starter motor while the bike is running? It's like there's something missing. Like, I would assume there was some sort of something to throw it in and out or what have you, and that was my fault, but it doesn't appear to be the case. Gone on the Virago forum. I'm going to ask a few people what the Scottish Georgia does, because I'm honestly, I don't know what's going on here. I fix cars, as you all know. Bikes I do for fun. But yeah, I'm not as worried as I was when it all opened up and fell apart in front of me. So it's time for a brew. Me and the boy. We're going to go and have a brew, and then we'll come back. Okay, so after a quick chat with somebody on the Virago forum and a coffee, I need to remove this flywheel from the crankshaft, and the start clutch is behind that. He says that if somebody reckons that they'd fitted it before I bought it, it's possible that maybe the bolts have come loose because it didn't Loctite them or something, and that could be causing a problem. So I got my fingers crossed. I've got my windy gun there, Chinesian one. I'm going to crack off that bloody nut there, and then I'm probably going to have to get a hub-centric puller to bolt on and then pull it off. I don't actually know. We'll find out in a minute. I don't believe this needs timing if I'm just taking that off. I'll probably learn that out the hard way that it did. Right, I had an harmonic balancer puller that I used to use for doing bottom pulleys and stuff on what the fucking hell do you call them? Toyota Lucidas. So as you see, I've had to be creative with it, and I'm actually using it the wrong way around, and the end piece is backwards as well to push it out, but who cares, it's off. Now careful when you do this, because your cam time chain and everything's all behind there. If you're all right with the tension, you should be fine, but you don't want to slide stuff off, start fucking things up. But here we are. Let's get it up here. I'll put it on this bench. Nice clean rag. A flywheel and starter clutch assembly. This is what I suspect is at fault. I don't know that, and I don't know how to fix or test it. So give me a minute and I'll bring you back. Right, if you're the bloke I bought this Virago off, then you are a complete and utter cunt, and that is it. This is not a new starter clutch assembly at all. Look at that, that is fucked. These two things just fell out of it. Part of the rollers. And if you look down in that bit down there, there's loose bits. Mint. Absolutely mint. And an added note, these are all loose. Don't know whether that is the issue. Maybe I can rebuild this. We'll see. I'm going to take it apart. Right, well, when I turn them bolts on the other side, they turn a little bit one way and then tighten up, then they turn a little bit the other way and then tighten up. Is that correct? It looks like he's put them in and then he smashed the shit out of them with an hammer and a chisel or whatever to try and pin them over so then they don't back out again. Is that right? That don't look right to me. Surely a drop of Loctite would have been a much more sensible solution. You'd think I got money to waste by the way I just fuck things up, wouldn't you? These wouldn't undo, these was rounding off, smashed in the spline tool, tried to blast it out with a Chinesian windy gun, snapped the bolt off. Meant. So now I need a flywheel and a starter clutch. This is all the bits and bobs that keep falling out of the starter clutch. If you're interested. Yep, fuck knows how that goes back together. So, we're fucked, basically. Right now, fucked. Mint. Well, these two aren't undoing. They're just chewing up. No matter what I'm whacking in them, chewing them up. This one's snapped off. That's it, I've had enough for today. It's not my bloody day today. It's one of them days. Zero funds to fix it at the minute as well, so I really don't know when part 4 will be next, so I'll have to apologise for part 3 taking so long, but I'm not one of these YouTubers that makes loads of money. I make zero money from YouTube, so this is just stuff I do for fun, so you have to bear with me. I don't even know how much these parts are going to cost to replace. I know how much starter clutch is, about 30 quid, but the flywheel, however, I don't have a clue. Might have to ask some people on the Virago page, see if there's a second-hand one going spare, and yeah, I don't know. But I'm all disheartened now, majorly pissed off. To the geezer who sold me the bike in the first place, runs but needs work. You can sit on that, mate, and watch the world turn around. Absolute prick. Not a chance. Not a fucking chance. This geezer's a moron. He's destroyed this, and it's cost me enough money because of it. I'm not going to rant and rave about it. I'm just going to try and calm down. So I'm going to go edit this fucking video, put it all up for you lot, and you can all laugh at my shite bike and the predicament I'm now in. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, all that bollocks. If not, who cares? I'll catch you next time. Cheers.